He says he doesn't believe. At that time, he said he doesn't believe it's her child, and we had to go for paternity tests.
Hello, friend.
I'm here.
So this is my take and innocent opinion on the matter that was trending last week. I believe Bahumi's mom, that's Somi's baby mama, went to a podcast and she was just maybe reliving and telling of maybe the difficulties that she has faced from the time Bahumi was young and still facing even when Bahumi is now a young adult. When I was actually listening to that podcast, I don't think she was necessarily blaming anyone, but the way I've seen the podcast, that she was reliving. You know, sometimes it's good to talk. I don't think she was bashing anyone. That was not my take. One thing that I took from that is that when she mentioned that she was asked to do a DNA test after she has given birth, and I saw that it didn't sit well with most women, maybe even herself. That fact alone didn't sit well with her. And I don't think that triggered a lot. Like some people will say, oh, that fact alone triggered most women, because when I know it can be disappointing for your partner to even dare ask you to do a DNA test. But this is my view and this is my opinion, and you don't have to agree with it. This is my take as a mother and as somebody that has lived in this wonderful world for 42 years. I wouldn't be triggered or I wouldn't be offended for anyone to ask me of a DNA test, even if that's my trusted partner. I think if you are honest with yourself, or we are honest with ourselves as women, I know of cases or instances where men have raised children that they thought they were their own from birth until maybe they were 30 or 35, only to find that after all these years, the child is not yours. So hence I'm saying that for me, as a mother or somebody who has a son, I will want my son to know, or if ever he requests for anybody to do a DNA test on the child. I think it saves both. I just don't see anything wrong with somebody that says, you know what, yes, I know we are pregnant, and you are saying that the child is mine. I also know that the child is mine. However, before I take on this responsibility, can we just make sure by doing a DNA test so that I can feel comfortable with taking on this responsibility? So that's my take. I don't see anything wrong with that. And I understand again why that fact alone can cause your partner or most women not to be comfortable or to feel disappointed that you can even think that of them. But we all know that there are instances where someone will commit their lives into raising children only to find out later that the children are not theirs. I think it makes all the parties to be more comfortable in anything. For a fact, Somis is 100% comfortable that Humi is her daughter. And I don't want to go too much into 13 cakes and all those. I saw that like there was so much to unpack in that video. But my point, the only thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that I don't think we as women should feel triggered for if your partner is asking you for a DNA test. That's my take. And I again understand how that can, how that it can feel like, somebody doesn't trust you. I know you can feel disappointed as a woman that your partner can even ask that of you. However, if you are somebody that is truthful and that is honest, if you know your ways and you know yourself as a person, I don't think you can even feel offended. I don't know, like, I'm not trying to be like I'm rooting for men, and I'm not trying to bash women. I've seen that most of the times when we don't agree, like, it's either you pick a side. It's either you are with the men or you are with the women. I don't want to bash anybody, and I don't want to be taken as if like I'm taking men's side, not the women's side. I'm saying I understand as a woman that alone can can be like a betrayal. You can feel offended that your partner has even asked you to do a DNA test. Again, I understand as a man, why will somebody ask to do a DNA test on the child before they take on responsibility of being a full-time parent to that child? That's all that I'm saying. So taking a full responsibility to be a parent is a huge responsibility. And to do that without even knowing if that child belongs to you or not, throughout your life, like let me say, for example, if you doubt, you had this doubt at the back of your head that, but this child is not mine. And then you keep quiet. You are not even asking to do a DNA child on the child. It can happen that after 3 years, like you don't even contact the child. Like you will come in and out of that child's life because you are not even sure. So it will feel like you are even being forced to do this. However, if you know that this child 100% belongs to me, then you know definitely that, like, there's no way that even if you can run or even if you can choose not to be part of that child's life, but wherever you go, even if you don't support that child financially and otherwise, you know at the back of your head that I have a son, I have a daughter out there. So that's my take on it. So with that, I'm just looking at you can see how comfortable and how proud Somizi is of Bahumi. Even though we see this like from a distance, there's no way that you can say, oh, for certainty, I know Bahumi and Somizi's life. I've seen them, like, because I've seen one video, this lady was saying, oh, Sisi, how can you now make us believe that co-parenting was the cool thing because we saw you in Somizi's reality shows? We all thought everything was okay, but you are holding on to this, I understand that we can never know anything that is happening behind closed doors. But for me, my observation, it doesn't really matter anyway. However, I'm just going to add it. My observation is Somizi is very proud of Bahumi. Somizi really loves Bahumi. That's my observation from a distance. No, never mind. I'm wearing my pajamas. I didn't change. So I've been like this the whole day. So that's my take on it. Again, my name is Katleho, and every day I'll be just posting my take on different issues. I don't think I will keep the channel name Zamzansi TV. I think I'm gonna change it because I've realized that I cannot keep up with trending stories in South Africa, and that is too much. So I'll rather do something that is not gonna, like, ever since like I made that video that went viral, I've been on my toes trying to get a story or trying to check this and that, and I find that it will be overwhelming, especially with the toddler. So this is what I will be doing most of the times. Like, I won't be posting trending stories. And I realized that with the Zamzansi TV, it means that I have to focus only in South Africa. And I'm not in South Africa, I'm actually abroad. So I won't be able to focus specifically in South Africa. And I wanted my channel to be women, like where women can talk, like where we can give advice, where I can share my take on everything or anything that is happening concerning women. And so that is why I'm thinking that maybe I was too hashtag, or maybe I was too forward by changing the name and by focusing only on South Africa. So if you want to follow the channel, my name is Katleho. I'll change the name of my channel again to Katli 101 under Katleho Magnita, because this actually was supposed to be a vlog, not a gist channel. So thank you very much, and I appreciate your watch. Bye.
I tried so hard and got so far.